exactly 1 week away from Christmas Day. So I figured that I would put the Santa hat on. There's a story behind that for another time. Welcome, hello, to our Ginny's Gin live stream. I'm Ginny, and along with my husband Rob and our dear friends Amy and Jeff Close, we founded Ginny's Gin a few years ago, and 2020 has been quite the year, obviously. Let me see, this is our 31st live stream. We started out with Instagram, and now obviously we're on Facebook. And we've been, getting used to this, and we're sort of fairly comfortable. And surprisingly enough, there are enough gin cocktails for us to keep going in 2021. So apparently, we just keep on coming up with more stuff, and people send us things and ideas and what have you, which we love. So please always send us ideas. That's great. So I have a task for you. We're going to round out 2020. So this is our last live stream in 2020. And our most viewed live stream was back in July. And we had 653 views, which I thought was actually quite shocking and fabulous, wonderful. But wouldn't it be great if this, our final live stream in 2020, could be the most viewed? So I'm going to ask you a favor. If you enjoy our live streams and you want us to keep going, how about you share this video, this live stream, with a couple of friends, and maybe we could beat the record of 653 live stream views. So if you would like to do that for us, that would be awesome. And it's kind of an interesting exercise to see if it could even happen. Rob's laughing because I got my Santa hat on.
I was wondering how many of the 600 were you and I looking at.
Could be, except that it wasn't our first,
I'm joking.
But yeah, I do wonder that sometimes.
Ginny watched it 600 times.
So not true. Anyway, happy holidays, everybody. We have some festive cocktails for you. I think if you watched our live stream last week, you saw that I made some Christmas gin. It's a Ginny's Christmas gin. Obviously it's really simple. You just, a bunch of cranberries and some sugar and the gin, and I threw in some orange peel as well. And we left it for a couple of weeks, and look at this beautiful color. So I'm actually not going to make a cocktail with it at the moment because I have something else. But super simple. What you can do is you just strain it and you can pour it into a little liqueur glass. Look at this cute little red one. And just drink it straight. Drink it neat. It's got some wonderful flavors and obviously the beautiful Christmassy color. You could make a Christmas Ginny's Gin and tonic. So just put it over ice and add some tonic, and there you go. That's another easy one. And another very festive and celebratory one would be just to pour it in the bottom of a coupe. No, actually I would put it in a champagne flute and then top it up with bubbles. So very fun. So there's your Christmas gin, cranberry Christmas gin. Lots of things you can do with it. Today, okay, my hat's falling down because I've got this stupid bobbly thing. Anyway, so today I am going to make a Christmas French 75. It's a riff on that. And thank you to Jim at Nob Hill Foods in Redwood City. So he put me on to this particular product, and it's actually from Australia, and they are wild hibiscus flowers. And all that's in there are the flowers and water and sugar. So super simple. And as you know, probably from, French 75 is a very classic and easy cocktail, but it's very celebratory, and everybody seems to love it. And it's named after the French field gun, the artillery gun. It was a 75mm, and presumably because the cocktail has gin and champagne in it, it packs a punch. So I'm thinking that's why they call it the French 75. And it's a very classic cocktail. So the French 75, normally just gin and lemon juice and simple syrup, shake it up and then put it in a coupe and then top it up with bubbles. In this case, I'm going to substitute the simple syrup for the hibiscus syrup, and it's going to make it that wonderful Christmassy red color. Here we go. Let's do it. Very easy. So I am going to put in, first of all, 2 ounces of Ginny's Gin. Oops. There you go. Ooh, new bottle. Must have finished that one off, the other one off last night.
Although I made my drinks this morning.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Rob has pre-batched his cocktail that he's going to share with us. And so, there we go. We're not as bad as we seem. Okay. 2 ounces of gin. 3/4 of an ounce of a nice lemon. And this is feels like it's a nice juicy one. So probably I'm just going to need half. So there we go. That's a nice size as well. So 3/4 of an ounce of the lemon. Oh yeah, plenty. Yeah, that's really juicy. Okay, there's that. Gin, lemon juice, freshly squeezed. And instead of the simple syrup, I'm going to use the simple, the syrup from the hibiscus flower. And it's calling for half an ounce. And again, you can put in more if you want to, or less, depending on how you like it. There it is, half an ounce. Hibiscus. There we go, look at the colour. So Christmassy.
Antioxidants.
Yes, yeah, hibiscus is really good for you. And actually, you know, a lot of the ingredients that we do use in our cocktails, like the cranberries and the pomegranate, and even that bloody prickly pear, they're really full of nutrients, minerals, you know, and antioxidants, which is great, especially with age. Okay, we're gonna put some ice in. Here we go. And I hope you guys are hanging in there and doing the best that you can for your Christmassy holidays, and just with your family presumably, and yeah, we're just all going to make the best of it and stay healthy and stay safe and stay away from each other, and keep on keeping on. I love this colour. Okay, nice and cold. Look at the colour. Gorgeous. Perfect for Christmas. There we go. And as we've always said, you know, keep everything in the freezer. This glass I would never put in the freezer because it's rather special. As you know, I think this is my favourite glass, my favourite champagne flute. But this is actually one of my favourite cocktails as well. The French 75 is a favourite of mine because it has 2 of my most favourite things, gin and champagne. Now, so let's pour this in to about here. There we go. Yeah, that's about right. Perfect. And then we're going to add the bubbles. You can use Prosecco, you can use sparkling wine from California, which is what I'm doing. I actually have Gloria Ferrer, which
Sonoma 75.
is a Sonoma, now it's a Sonoma Christmas 75, another local producer, and we do love supporting local producers obviously, or champagne if you want to, whatever you have on hand, as long as it's bubbly. And let's add in the champagne, the sparkling wine from California, Sonoma County, and I took one of the, so supposedly there's 11 wild hibiscus flowers in each jar. So I've got one of them here, and I threaded it through a little silver, there we go, let's do that. And there it is. That is the Christmas Hibiscus Ginny's Gin 75. So cheers to you. Happy holidays. Rob now has something very sophisticated. He has meticulously perfected this recipe. So you're going to love it. And it's such a great holiday cocktail as well. So I'll be back. We pop this off to the side. There we go.
Hi everybody. Okay, so chilled martini glass. And what I made was, and I didn't really, this is another, I mean, I've done so many drinks out of Dave Arnold's book, but I really love it. And a lot of it is you're just learning the techniques and then you can make your own drinks. So this is caramel appletinis that I bottled. And what you want to do is serve, after you make them, you can bottle, I bottled 8 of them, like 4 for us and then 4 for some nice friends. And you want to serve them really cold. So you can just get like a really beautiful bowl and put all the bottles, 10, 12, 15, however many you want. And then you can put ice and some water and then sprinkle some salt, and it'll get it where you can get the drink down below, like in the mid 20s Fahrenheit, so that all you have to do when you're ready to have your drink. And I did it by putting it in my special ice that's 26 degrees, but I mean, you can certainly do it with salt, or you can put them in the freezer, leave them in the fridge till they're really cold, and then later, right before the party, like 45 minutes to an hour in the freezer, and then you'll get them super chill like this. And so you just open it up, you slide it into your martini glass. I know I'm supposed to wait for a cheers, but so there's our bottled caramel Appletini, and
that's pretty. Oh wow, you couldn't wait, huh?
I just want to see. Yeah, it's really, really delicious. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to show you how I made one. The fun part about this drink, you know what I need is honey? I'm sorry, I didn't have a one of the bowls, the mixing bowl, like a measure, Pyrex. Thank you. So it was my second effort. I wanted to make this drink a few weeks ago because I've always kind of like seen it and thought, wow, that would be really so cool to make. Is to make the caramel. And the first time I did it, it crystallized and didn't work. So I kind of read up on caramel, and I made it last night. And I just took an ounce of water in the bottom of a heavy copper pan, and then I added 400 grams of sugar. But if you don't have a scale, you could just do 400 mLs, like in your Pyrex measuring bowl. Close enough. And then just cook. I left the lid on so it wouldn't crystallize, and added a tablespoon of corn syrup. And then just let it cook until it became really a dark color like this. It was darker than this. And then right at the very end, I added 400 mLs of water. So it's equal water sugar. And then that boils like crazy, and you have to stir it. And once all the lumps are gone, you have your liquid caramel. Super tasty. And then the recipe in the book that I had was using some, apples, very crisp, tart apples. And so what I did was I used the little organic version of the glass bottles of Martinelli apple juice, and I added a little bit of malic acid to it just to make it more crisp. And that's pretty easy. You just 100 mLs of water and 7 grams of malic acid, and I put 10 mLs of that in the drink, which I'm going to make one right now. So you basically, you have 1 ounce of Ginny's gin, and then you have, there's the right one, 1 ounce of filtered water. And the idea about having the drink be chilled and served and not shooken in a glass is that you would end up with a lot more than 1 ounce of water, and it would become too watery, the drink. We're gonna go, I need apple juice too. So 10 mLs of the malic water, which is going to be, without my glasses, right there. And it's just to tart up the apples. If you have really tart apples, you don't need to do this trick.
Another local producer.
And then, this is the organic version of the Martinelli's apple juice. Kids love it. And then, so 1 3/4 ounce of apple juice. And I did put the 1 ounce of Ginny's gin, but I also have to add 1 ounce of your favorite vodka. It's a small bottle. And so I tried this with 2 ounces of gin instead of 1 ounce of gin and 1 ounce of vodka. And I like both, but I think it tastes better with the mixture. And I didn't like the vodka by itself as much as I like both mixed together. We have a couple of drops of salt, or a pinch of salt you could do. And the vermouth is 1/4 ounce. So we're gonna go right to the 1/4 ounce line right there. And then 1/4 ounce of your caramel of the syrup. So in the recipe that, when I made the caramel, it's supposed to come out 70 bricks, or 70 kind of % sugar. And then he only uses a bar spoon, which is 4 mLs for each drink. And when I tried a bar spoon last night, it wasn't enough. And so I have a funny feeling my caramel is more watery. but I didn't have a refractometer here to measure it, and I don't even have one that measures 70 Brix. Grapes only go up to like 30-ish. So I think where I liked it the best was right at a 1/4 ounce of the caramel that I have. So I think if you made your own caramel, add a little bit, taste it, add a little bit until you get to your sweet spot. So there it is. And then what I do when I make drinks like this so they can last in the fridge for a week or so as opposed to kind of becoming oxidized right away is that I have a cylinder of CO2 and I just drizzle a little bit into each bottle so that when I put the drink in and cap it off, that then it's not going to become oxidized and it'll last longer in the fridge. And so what I came up with a trick that you guys could do at home, and I'll have to grab my bag and show you. So for one of the things that we do when we're like first getting grapes at the winery, and let's say you're going to ferment some red grapes in a tank or in a barrel, before it starts fermenting, there's no real protection against air, and so we'll take a big bag of dry ice. I don't know if you see the smoke pouring off it, but that is the actual CO2 coming off the dry ice, and it falls down, and so we'll hang a bag full of this stuff into a tank or barrel and let the CO2 drain in, and it displaces the air, protects against oxidation. So I thought, oh, what a cool trick. I got a funnel, and if you take the funnel with the little dry ice chips, and I just kind of, and I bought this at Safeway, like a pound for like $2. And then so now you can see the smoke coming down, which is the CO2, and you just drop it with a funnel into your bottle. Let it drain in there for, I mean, you really don't need a lot, 8 or 10 seconds. And then that bottle is there's no air left in there. And then when you cap it off, you've got a better situation for aging. So there's that.
By the way, our cocktails don't age here.
And then you take your handy little funnel and you slide your drink into it. The air's all pushed out. The CO2 that was on the bottom came up and filled up this headspace there. And now we take our little hand bottle capper. I made 8 of these this morning. It took me about as long as it took to make this one. And that's fun so you can get ahead at a party. I know I showed everybody the bottle trick 2 weeks ago. There we go. Now we have one more bottled caramel Appletini.
There we go. Excellent. For sure. So Rob is definitely the king of batching cocktails and making it fun for a group. And with 2021 around the corner and lots of vaccines coming our way, let's hope that we can all start to party together. And
yeah, when it opens up, I think everybody has to hire me, and we're going to do batch cocktail parties at everybody's houses.
Yeah. So there we go. We're going to do batch cocktails in 2021, and please share this video, this live stream, with your friends so that we can maybe beat the 653 views. That would be kind of cool. We won't see you now because next week is Christmas, but we'll see you on New Year's Day. 2021 will be full of promise and will be full of more cocktail ideas. So cheers to that. Cheers to good riddance to 2020. And cheers, honey. Cheers to all our loved ones, our friends, and everybody that loves to enjoy Ginny's Gin cocktails. Cheers. Good. Cheers. Great. Stay safe, everybody. Stay healthy and do what you have to do to stay healthy and sane.